My name is Joshua Peralta. I'm going to be reading to you from my book, Third and Orange. And this is the beginning of the last final prose piece. My first night in Long Beach was a good one. I'd spent the day at my father's house packing up boxes in an old room and moving them to my new studio apartment. Late in the afternoon, a friend came by with his van to help haul whatever wouldn't fit in my car. The sun flared in the windshield as we drove through traffic on the 605 toward the ocean. I'm going to pause myself here. I realize most of the people that I've been reading in front of may have known me or they know something about the book prior to. If you don't know anything, this is all taking place in Long Beach, California, where I spent 10 years, much of them with Mark and some other friends. So essentially, this is how I arrived in Long Beach. It was dark by the time we got everything inside. Cold beer was our reward. We cracked the first round in the kitchen, lifted tall cans to new beginnings. The room was all white, walls and jumbled boxes. The first thing I did was hook up my stereo. What we listened to, I can't recall, and what we talked about, I can't remember. But we talked and laughed and listened to music as I went about removing things from boxes. Later, we stood bullshitting on the street, sharing a cigarette before he drove off. Back inside, I was alone. But I felt no creeping fear. I felt no anxiety or confusion about what to do next. My new place was maybe 400 square feet, a shoebox of an apartment. But to me, it felt amazingly spacious and full of potential. I finished the last of my beer and made my bed. A slight buzz made my already dazzling optimism electric. It had been a long day, and I hummed with the unmistakable sense that I was on the cusp of fantastic new experiences. A new adventure had begun. Unforeseen opportunities would soon reveal themselves. Great discoveries awaited me. There were fascinating new neighbors to meet, whole new neighborhoods to explore, streets and blocks and routes to learn. I turned out the lights and laid myself down in the tingling dark. Behind my blinds, a security light in the courtyard shone soft and confident. I closed my eyes and wondered what untold brightness the future held for me here. That first night, I dreamt only good dreams and woke refreshed. I opened my blinds to let in the light. A grand new day. I put some music on. I stepped into a hot shower. So what that I didn't have a shower curtain? I had a closet of fresh clothes and plenty of time to cook and eat breakfast before work. Outside, the morning was crisp and clean. In the breeze, the glorious tang of the sea. In my mind, the freshness of all fresh things. I walked up the street to my car, my eyes roving over the buildings where my neighbors lived. I felt a new appreciation for stucco. Beneath my feet, the sidewalk split in patterns delicate as lacework. And here was rosemary, fragrant in a planter. I took note. Someday I would pinch a sprig to make some bread. I would learn to bake. I twirled my keys and a thought came to me. The world is a flower unfurling. The words played in me as I approached my car, where, tucked under the wiper, was a neat white envelope. Could it be a love letter already? I lifted the wiper and plucked it out. Inside, a ticket from the street sweeper. A $50 fine. This was the morning of Thursday, January 15th, 2003. The next morning, a second street sweeping ticket was waiting for me. Those early days, I was a goddamn dreaming fool.